Hey everyone, welcome. Today we're going to solve one of the most common and, let's be honest, frustrating denials out there. Maximum benefit met. I know it can feel like a total dead end, but stick with me and by the end of this, you'll have a rock-solid process to turn this denial into just another routine task.
You know the feeling, right? That denial lands on your desk and it just feels like a roadblock. But what if we started treating it less like a problem and more like a case to be solved? Well, that's exactly what we're going to do today. We're going to follow the clues step by step. So, what's the real story behind this denial? It's not nearly as complicated as it sounds. It simply means the patient's insurance plan has a limit on a certain service, and the insurance company thinks that limit's been reached. Now, that word thinks is key. This is usually an information problem, not a final permanent rejection. Okay, let's just lock in this definition because every single step from here on out really depends on it. A maximum benefit met denial means the plan's limit, and that could be for a number of services or a specific dollar amount, has been hit for that benefit period. Just getting that clear in your head is the first step to taking this whole thing apart.
All right, our investigation officially begins. And you know, like any good detective story, that first clue you find is always the most important one. There is one single question you need to ask the insurance representative that's going to determine your entire path forward. It's a critical first step.
This right here. This is the single most important question you can ask. When you get that insurance rep on the phone, your very first question has to be, was the limit based on the number of visits or was it a total dollar amount? Their answer completely changes your strategy. Think of it like a fork in the road. It tells you exactly which path to take next. Okay, so once you know if you're tracking visits or dollars, it's time to build your case file. The next step is all about gathering the specific evidence you're going to need, and you do that by asking a few more really targeted questions. And just so you know, this process isn't just a good idea. It's straight out of industry best practices. The questions we're about to cover are pulled directly from professional denial management cheat sheets, kind of like this one, that are used to train billing specialists every day. All right, maybe get a notepad ready. Here's your script. First, confirm the exact benefit limit. Is it 20 visits? Is it $1,000? Get the specific number. Next, ask them what their records show has been used so far. This is where you get to check their math against yours. Then you'll want to get the date the last service was paid. That helps you verify their timeline. And finally, never, ever hang up without two things: the claim number for this denial and a call reference number. That reference number is your absolute proof that you had this conversation. It's non-negotiable. So, once you have this evidence in hand, believe it or not, the hard part is over. The case is pretty much closed. You now have everything you need to resolve this claim in 3 simple, clear steps.
Here is your 3-step resolution plan. Step 1, always ask for the explanation of benefits, or EOB, from the primary insurance. This is your official piece of paper, your documentation of what they decided. Step 2, if there's a secondary insurance on file, you just forward the claim right over to them, and you include a copy of that primary EOB. And finally, step 3, if there's no secondary insurance, the responsibility is now crystal clear. You can confidently bill the member for the service.
And, you know, this quote from our source material really says it all. It's probably the most important action to remember here. When a primary insurance denies for this reason and a secondary insurance exists, your job is simply to transfer that claim. Don't let it sit there, don't write it off, just pass it along with the EOB. So let's wrap this all up. Why does mastering this one specific denial type matter so much? Well, it's because these denials are incredibly common, and if you handle them inefficiently, they can create a real drag on your whole revenue cycle. Following this simple investigative process, it transforms that frustrating dead end into a predictable routine task. You're no longer guessing what to do, you're just executing a plan. And resolving these claims quickly and correctly, that directly strengthens your accounts receivable, and honestly, it just streamlines your entire workflow.
So, we've officially closed the case on maximum benefit met. Now, my question for you is, what case should we crack open next? Let me know which common denial gives you the most trouble. Thanks for joining me for this explainer.